So the tab I use to learn this song is in the information over there. No, that way. That way. It's a pretty good tab. It's not 100% accurate, but it's good. It's good for learning. Just use your ear. So it starts out, I'm going to do this without a capo, even though the song is capo 1, like that. But I'm going to do it without a capo because when I was learning guitar I didn't have a capo and I had to capo all these things and I didn't want to learn that way. So I'm learning without a capo, and you can always slap the capo on, it's not a big deal. So, ready? Starts off with a C, and the whole thing is going to be finger picked, but I'm not going to use these two fingers, I'm only going to use my thumb and index finger. Generally, my thumb will be used for the A string and D string, and my index finger will be used for the G and B string. But that's not, it changes like one part in the song. So it starts out C, and the pattern for most of the song is going to be A string, G string, D string, B string. So it's 1, skip 1, down again, skip 1. And I'm just doing that on a C right now. And then the last part of that arpeggio is the 2 middle strings, G, D, G. So you kind of get this alternating thing going on with your fingers. And if you're into rhythms, the rhythm looks like that. It's kind of swung though. So it's 1 and 2 and 4 and. It's kind of symmetrical. So that's the first chord. The first chord's a C. And then here's where the rhythm switches up. The tab I have written says it's a G7 chord, but that's incorrect. There is no 7th in that chord. The chord is a G chord with a suspension, a 4th suspension, and a bass of B. Sounds like that, but that's only if you play all of them at the same time, which you don't. So, C. And then it's going to do these little hammer-ons. The rhythm looks like this. If you're into rhythms, that's 1E and 2 and then there's a tie to the and then 4 and. So this is the hammer. This first 16th is the first hammer on the A string, and then this second 16th is the second hammer on the B string. So it goes like this. It goes open, and that's A string hammered onto the 2nd fret, and then up to the G string. And then hammer on the B string to the C. And it's the middle string again. And then it's just chords from there. So all this song basically is chords and you just finger pick. So you keep your left hand the same. And then move. And left hand. Okay, so it's C. And then the hammers. And then it's A minor. And the finger picking pattern stays the same that we had on the C chord. So it's C, and you sort of walk the bass down to the B. And then A minor. And here's where it switches up. So on the G chord you do the E string, and then the middle strings like you had with the C, the first finger picking pattern. And then the top E string. So this one is the very ends of the strings and in the middle of the strings. So skip the A and B strings. And just repeat. So here's the sun come. Sorry. Here's the sun come to dry the rain. It's like that. And then for the chorus, that F chord you learn when you're first starting to play guitar, it's not this big fat bar chord, but just the 4 string. And then the finger picking pattern stays the same. It's the bass and then the 2 middle strings and then the top string and the 2 middle strings again. And then it slides up to the G, so it's 3rd fret. So it's that G suspended chord that we learned in the verse. Except this time we're gonna just arpeggiate it real fast. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It's swung, but So the C chord only lasts for half a measure, and then this chord only lasts for half a measure, and then into the A minor. To be bold, need to jump in the cold water, need to grow older with a girl like you. And it repeats. Sort of. The end changes. Finally see you were naturally the one to make it so. A minor. Easy when you show me the truth. G. And then it's the first time again. Yeah, yeah, I'd rather be with you. And then it's say you want the same. And then this part, so it's and then stop on that D. And then that's the pickup into the next. So and on that last part, when I hammer on the A string and then pluck with my index finger. So it's going to be, this is the one time that my index finger goes below the G and B strings. And that's pretty much the whole song. The song ends with a little suspension on the C2 is the end of the song with the strum. That's pretty much the whole thing, except for the bridge. But the bridge is the same. It changes the chords around a little bit, but the finger picking is all the same. So that's I'd Rather Be With You.